Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Sacrament issue 205 by our Upshot, made by Peter Milligan and Marcelo Frusin. Let's dive in. We have Father Vaz here as a young apprentice. This is his first exorcism, and he is scared to death because he doesn't know what to do. He basically breaks down, and they need to save this young woman. And this is a flashback. He's sitting some kind of a, I don't know, chair with a helmet on, and brings his memory back, among other things. So he's here, as you can see, and he doesn't really know what to do. But he wants to repress that memory because it gives him too much pain and suffering. So we bring him back to where we left off a little bit. So this guy here, oh, by the way, Father Vaz is also addicted. He is using some kind of a means to stimulate his brains, and now he has probably withdrawal symptoms, but I'm not entirely sure. So the person that hangs here needs treatment, and he's been taken. He's taken prisoner. I mean, Father Vaz is taken prisoner because of religion is illegal somehow, and I believe this is Markov. Markov brings him to this planet and say, "Hey, you need to perform this exorcism because this is a very important person." And he says, "So what do you think, priest? I think we are on an alien planet whose physical laws may differ from those of Earth, to include levitation." Basically, he's denying what is in front of him. He knows that this person is possessed, but he uses excuses to not do it. He wants to run away. He doesn't believe in God anymore. He wants to get rid of faith, basically. He says, "Oh, I try so hard not to accept what I can't see. Good God, stigmata," he says. He says, "Now do you believe that this is some kind of a possession, Father Vaz?" Yeah. Oh, I don't doubt that he's possessed. I just don't think it has anything to do with demons. You mean this is the work of an alien life form with a knowledge of Christian theology? All I know, I do not believe in demons or devils, at least not supernatural ones. He is. He wants to get out. So they go back to the prison colony or somewhere else. What is his name? Markov says, Markov says, his heart is failing, his immune system breaking down. He is on the verge of imminent multiple organ failure. Without help, the professor will be dead within weeks. But Vaz says, he needs medical treatment. But Markov says, he says he needs medical treatment, but not and he cannot finish the sentence. He says, "I'm a washed out priest who lost his faith. Maybe you can regain your faith." "I don't want to regain it. I want to get rid of the whole damn thing. May I remind you, you are assisted to an exorcism." Yeah, but he says that it was a very long time ago and he cannot remember anything. But Markov has a solution to that. So he brings him to this building of science, and they are in the science of memory retrieval, some kind of facility that can activate brain activity and memories through science. But he says, "Fear makes my legs weak." Fear of what? What am I so scared of finding out? Well, we'll see. Do you remember that in the last issue that I say that they blew things up, and when it comes to art, and it doesn't really look good? Well, they do the same thing again because this is exactly the same image as this one. So they copy pasted it, making it a double splash page, which I found stupid. I mean, it doesn't really look bad, but using the same pages over and over again, also in double spread, I don't like that at all. Just draw, man. Just draw a spectacular looking double spread. But hey, who am I, right? I'm just the guy who pays for this comic. Anyway, so he's here in these, yeah, let's call it a memory bank, and yeah, he is, retrieving or those memories to know what's going on because he doesn't remember anything from that particular time period. Um, so they go to Saturn 15 years ago, and we go back to the exorcism, and the older father here or priest says, "Father Vaz, we have reached the critical hour. You must not fail me. The devil is most dangerous when he is cornered." So they have, receding the rights or something. But then this creature, this young woman turns into a devil, and he says, "Novus raised soft young naked body, Vaz. Oh, how you dream, how you lust." And yeah, he regains those memories and he's scared shitless. But then this is happening. Um, the devil kills the old man, and "I will drag you down to hell." And he says, "Father, for the love of God, help me." But he turns away. He is scared, so scared. He completely breaks down. He also says, "Something has broken inside me. I hear the priest screaming up, but I'm screaming, but I do not respond. Cannot respond. I am young. I am young," he says. "This is my first exorcism. I know then it will be my last." So somehow he survived. Not sure how, but maybe we find out in later issues. So he says, I suppressed the memory, and no wonder. Father Blake died because I lost my nerve. All this when I was young and my faithful still was strong. What chance would I have now against the demon? So you can see there are demons. I was using the term loosely. I was more likely some kind of religious hysteria. He says, well, he still denies that. And you're upset about letting the priest die. Well, here's your chance for redemption. I thought you Christians were big on that kind of thing. Okay. Marlov, nothing you will say will make me perform an exorcism on the professor. We'll see. Take a look at the screen, Father. So we see this young woman who is actually the apprentice of Father Vaz. Basically, it's now the other way around. And she is here on a prison planet because, well, they are being imprisoned and she's been taken off. And this is this guard molesting her. And so he says, this guard says, "You want to survive? You got to be nice. I'll break you in, girl. Don't worry." And it's, so Marlov says, basically blackmailing him. He said, "Marlov, this is outrageous. You have to do something." Marlov says, "I could ask him to make her treatment even worse. In a month, you won't even recognize her. Her fate is in your hands, Vaz. Do we understand each other?" Yeah, so he does. And then he says, "If I'm doing this, I need an assistant, someone who faith is greater than mine." Talking, of course, about the young woman. But then, so we go back to this professor who is, well, as you can see, this all flies around him. He's not doing well. So Vaz says, I take another look at the professor. What do I hope to see? The mark of Satan, absolute evil, my own weakness? And he says, I need the Roman ritual salts, crucifixes, fresh water, clean vestments. You get everything. And a fully charged transubstinator. Yes, I heard about your transub addiction. You were raised an atheist, Marlov. You won't know the aching chasm that left when your faith goes. He says the chasm that transub fills? Sometimes yes. But then he hears a voice of the demon again. The demon says, Novus res of young naked body. Oh, how you dream, how you lust. So he turns around in horror, because that is the same words that the other demon has said on Saturn. And now he thinks this is the same demon possessing this professor. So he turns around and he says, hey, did you hear that? But Marlov says, I didn't hear anything. What are you talking about? So Vaz says, did I imagine it? Is my mind disintegrating? 3 days since my last transubstantiation. Is this the first sign of withdrawal? So he thinks he's hallucinating. Probably not. And but then something weird happens that I still can't figure it out. So there's a group of, I don't know, other people with authority comes in, and they say, Marlov, you under arrest for harboring wait a minute. For harboring a priest. This is absurd. An exorcism has authorized. So this guy says, with the soldiers here, authorization has been revoked. Science will cure the professor. You're a priest. You're a relic of a bygone age, a danger to, civilized people. I agree. The difference between us is that I no longer believe in my God. It seems you still have blind faith in yours. Okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, science. So they try science on this guy, but it all fails. And then also the world is getting darker. It's starting to rain and thundering clouds. The weather is shifting. And, well, they wonder, hey, has it to do with the demon, or is it just, pure coincidence? And but then very, weird things starts to happening. People are waking up screaming and with dreams. People who never commits murders are, committing murders because this is a more rational society without faith. Really strange things are happening. Vas has still withdrawal symptoms, and he feels bad. He calls out to God, but of course he knows that God doesn't answering. He says, yes, the hypocrite cries out to the God he has denied, but he seems to answer. Me. At last, I lose conscience. So he wakes up feeling better somehow because he was probably sick, and then you're authorized to proceed with the exorcism. You mean your science didn't cure, Professor? Yeah. So he has the authorization, but he also knows that when he is failing that particular part, he's getting blamed for it. And you have 4 days, get it done, priest, or you suffer the consequences. So he's being reunited with Reyes, and he says, we have work to do. And he says, anything, Father, anything to repay your faith in me. That word again, faith. So he also asked her, because this is her first time for doing an exorcism, and he says, I understand if you don't think you're up to it. And then she says, when do we begin? I like that. Can a priest who lost his faith bless holy water? Does the magic still happen? I consider getting a hit of spiritual oomph from the transup, that's this thing here. So instead of, doing that, he touches the water. No, it won't enslave me again quite so soon. Okay, so is this the turnaround of Vas, And they're doing the rituals and the exorcism of Satan and apostate angels. Mankind has escaped the constraints of Earth. We have traveled far into space. We left that big-brained ape far behind, but it seems we still got our demons. Cool. So, yeah, and we also see that this demon is reacting to the holy water. Interesting. I like what I'm seeing, and it goes into the next issue that I've pre-ordered. I'm very on board with that. I love science fiction. I also love, horror comics. So in the spirit of Halloween, this is a great one. I like it so far. And there's a lot of going on. We have actually demons, and we have people that do not believe in faith anymore on the planet. And then we have the last, but not least, priest Vas, who is addicted and now has to regain his faith to banish a real evil. Really cool. Guys, I hope you like this video, and I see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a great day.